Trouble. Watch out. Watch you wicked them all. Say the wicked them all. And go down. Hey. Watch you wicked them all. Say the wicked them all. And go down. Say how we are born right here. Boy, ready? Ready? Boy, me say how we are born right here. Yes, we go down. Boy, sit down there. Just catch it on the balance wheel. 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 Jesus, are you balance? Boy, trouble. Watch out. Watch you wicked them all. Say the wicked them all. And go down. Hey. Watch you wicked them all. Say the wicked them all. And go down. Talk to me. Me say how we are born right here. Boy, ready? Ready? Boy, me say how we are born right here. Yes, we go down. Boy, sit down there.
All right. Pleasant morning, all my peeps, all the persons in the chat room. right? Big up to all of, our Jamaican brothers and sisters home and abroad. And I want to say, big thanks for those who, right, serve being a part of Mystic Sensation. So the Mystic Sensation family really appreciate that. Now, as usual, you know that we will never start our program and we don't endorse our people in the chat. Remember, they are the Energizer Bunnies. All right, first in studio, Dorothy McCoy, 1357. Bless up yourself, Dorothy. Beverly 975, bless up yourself. Paul Wilson, and I've seen that you are making some positive comments in the chat there, Paul. Really love them. I was actually reading them before we get start. We get to start, right? Of course, solid dialogue there. Now, Carla Ibang 6661, bless up everyone, bless up Carla, Marvel McKay, Veronica Shaw, Farmwood Girl 12851, and people, right? Just do. I would mind if some of you or all of you, if I can get all of you, right, joining the club, like Farmwood Girls and Farmwood Girl and a lot more who join the club, right? Anne Marie McDonald, Arosa, right? Leonie Denton. I don't want to spoil anyone's name this morning. Angela Hastings, bless up herself, right? Yvonne Miller, right? Don Morris, Laverne P9R, Georgia Lynch, bless up herself. Fiona Burnett, bless up herself. Rosalie Ricketts, bless up herself. Phyllis Brown, and the chat is just running away. Uni Gray, big up yourself. Joseph Richardson, right? Marcia Coleman said, good day, Mystic. Bless up, Marcia. And of course, Lorraine Taylor, 1605, and Kimon. And for those who are in the lobby, right, we are saying a big umbrella welcome. Florence Denny, right? Bless up yourself. Now, Jamaica, let me tell you something. Melting Pot is fixing up, right, his instrument, and will be tuning in as soon as he got that sorted out. So of course Melting Pot is here today, right? So let us put that aside. Now, Jamaica, let me say this. And it goes back in terms of when we are speaking and we are telling people that you're wrong. You're literally wrong when you say that the PNP and GLP are one of a kind. No, please, and I'm asking you, please. I'm not being biased, right? People know that I'm a manlyite, right? I never hide that, right? And let me just put up what Legris is saying here, because I love what Legris is saying. People, please like up, the live and share it out if you can, because we want to get to as much people as possible, right? And so then let me say, right, under no circumstances, if you do your true history, you will understand that Jamaica People's National Party had created 90% of the social programs to move Jamaica forward.
Open.
Right?
Yeah, click that one.
So
no, go back.
So that is it.
That one in front of you. 1, 2, 3.
So okay, hold on. This one?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay now.
All right. So sorry about that, people. I just got distracted a while ago. Right? So for people who have that, to be honest, there's no way you could come to that conclusion, right? That they are the same. And let me show you some evidence, some quick evidence before we going into the program. Jamaica Labour Party always aim to destroy education. Why? Because as much as they can keep the people ignorant, that is the way how they plan to rule in terms of trick and deceit and lies. And we are seeing that playing out, right? If you look as it relates to Jamaica Labour Party administration, what I want to do in terms of people who are saying that the People's National Party and the JLP are one of a kind. Okay, let me give you a research that you need to do, right? And of course, you will definitely make yourself aware of what I'm saying. If you look in terms of how Jamaica education system perform over the years under the People's National Party and the Jamaica Labour Party, you will understand that when it comes to CXC results, right? Why is it that whenever the PNP administration in power, right, Jamaica perform much more efficient, right, in terms of achieving, right, certain CXC results, right? That will show you. Now, if I talk about social programs created, again, that will show you that, 90% of the social programs created by the People's National Party. Now, the Jamaica Labour Party administration, particularly the Andrew Holness administration, they come out with acronyms, they come out with programs that they promise, and not one of the programs, people, just look, not one of the programs promised they had delivered on. No, because that is not your interest in terms of building a nation. So apart, even if you want to say, I am biased, put it this way, that you want to say that I am biased. The data speaks for itself. The data speaks for itself. I don't know how I am going to be biased. And the statistical data speaking for itself, unless you don't want to believe the statistical data. So it is not anything that is hiding. Please do this research. But, so we put that aside, and we're going to start the program now. When I say Jamaica, let me talk to my people. This particular People's National Party members who are representing us in Parliament, I honestly, and I try to be, as critical as can be, try to be tough on my criticism. And I cannot find not one of the PNP member of Parliament who doesn't have the ability and the capacity. We can brag about Nikisha Williams. And equally, we can brag about Zilika Jess. When you think that, okay, all right, Nikisha, powerful, and she is, and Nikisha, yes, great, nanny, like. But what I am actually seeing is that all the ladies within the People's National Party who representing us, believe you me, their advocacy for justice and good governance, it is above the bar. It is above the bar. We could go to the PAC. What we are seeing in the PAC and what we are getting, oh my, it's above the bar. Let us go to the PAAC. It is above the bar. They are doing it. Right? So when we hear people say the PNP need to go out, and people, come on, people. Right? The mediums that they have to represent us. Let me just take a call from Sister Maria. Sister Maria, bless up herself. How are you doing this morning?
Oh, every day I hold it, you know.
All right.
Like a G.
First, let me say condolences to you right, and the passing of your son. Let me say that again, right, and I hope the chat as well, right, will endorse that. Yes, go ahead, Sister P.
Yeah, man, me, I go through it and me, I hold it and I know me alone go through this. So me, I say, you know what? Me, I try to be strong. And we
Yes.
put in a circle,
Yes.
me, I be strong.
Yes.
But, oh, the PNP, them are going, that lift me spirit to man.
Hey.
There's hope. There is hope.
Look.
There is hope.
Sister P.
GLP are crumble.
Sister P. Now that I am so, I have to go back to what Damian Crawford had said. One by one, they are going to jail. And let me tell you something, Sister P. That phrase, you understand, people are going to see that they are going to live and they are going to recognize that that is going to happen. You see, today's program, I want to line up on yourself in terms of where Mystic Sensation is going to go.
All right. You start, you know, and disrupt the class.
All right.
I want to big up Melting Pot.
Yes.
And Mrs. Mystic.
Yes.
And all who the panel.
Thank you.
Mr. Brian,
yes.
When me look to see, I see all them people I take Jamaican into food. I tell you about ship coming like a luxury ship and this and that. While the international people might tell you different city.
Yes.
But what yesterday, the other day, when I see Jelisa Jess, what them?
Lord Jesus.
Uppercut.
Lord Jesus.
Whopping, me look one Chuck face. He come like the old time back for them. You remember the old time back for Chuck?
No, me say.
I saw him get weak. Baba.
Me say. Trust me. Believe you me. And I want to send, hold on, the Sister P. I want to send a special blessing to Isaac Buchanan. That is one of our strong political leader. I know we love him. Isaac and I, we had a conversation earlier before I came on, and I wish him all the best. I am not talking up. I'm not talking out the man endeavors for today, because you know we want to make sure that we protect Brother Isaac Buchanan, right? Because trust me, I am telling you, believe you me, he is like David, and I'm telling you, he's working on slewing Goliath. So my brother Isaac, you know the thing, you understand, wish you safety, right, on your journey. Bless up, my brother. Yes, go ahead, Sister P.
Yes, you will agree. I see your comment. Thank you for your condolence. My son, last 23rd of May, God, he died.
Yes.
You have to call it sudden death. He just complained of not feeling well. Well, the autopsy have done, and it revealed that his high blood pressure.
Whoa.
What I understand. And his funeral is set for the 27th of this month.
All right.
So, I don't know if it's going to change it, but it's early, but we are good. So, it hot, but we are going well on. But back to the politics, you know. Yo, Jamaica chess, man.
Oh, Lord.
Nikisha, all of them.
Oh, Lord.
They not stop labor right, them, then there's a sink.
Oh, Jesus.
There's a man, there's a song say, labor right, your ship is sinking. I don't remember who sing a song there. I want to know look for it when I time and play it.
Yes.
Right? And me have to say, what we said to you, Mystic, Melting Pot and the whole crew.
Yes.
Ratigan, Jeff, Walla, Tank,
yes.
TV, everybody who for name not get the call, big up on yourself.
Big up all of them. Big up all of them.
Jamaica, wake up.
Yes.
You might look how weird, like it's slow, but it's going. And when you look, bus fare raise. I didn't want to say a minister raise bus fare. We think I did, oh, you are.
Ambush in the night. Ambush in the night.
Immediately.
Ambush in the night.
Immediately.
Wickedness.
No, you left your yard with the exact fare, and when you take a taxi here, miss, $10 more, $20 more. you always hear say effective that day. So you could have prepared for it.
Yes.
You see? These are dictatorship. People wake up. The only way the minister is supposed to get involved between them something, as if something happen and can't carry. They call if you help us back up.
Yes.
Those things used to be the OUR, the JPS bill, the flow bill, the water commission, and bus fare for race. And always be them people. So why is it now the government that do everything?
No bad man government, Miss P. Government badness.
But I tell you, they have news coming.
Oh, there you go.
Because the people them are wake up. Everywhere you turn on the road is labor right. Them a lady come to me, a lady come to me say, anything this country come to, she's a part of it and she's so sorry. She apologized to her children them.
Mighty God.
And they make a biggest mistake. I mean, I know this man we are chatting woman is coming out.
Yes.
Because it's too much.
It's too much.
The police killing.
It's too much.
The police them then just let him never. Mind now when night come, they take out some criminal and put a uniform on them as them police. I can't police them. Police, they don't know if it's a good deal. Not all good police officers out there. Because the 2 or 3 way help my son. They have done a professional job.
Yes.
Then try them best. If my son life could have saved, he would have saved. Thanks to the police then.
Yes.
Who have taken him to the hospital and taken him in a style. But poor thing they couldn't save him.
All right.
So you have good police out there. So
yes.
through the bad one, they make the good one them a stifle. But good police, you know, if you stand up in a unity, man. Stand up if you get the commissioner. Because he's no commissioner. No for me knife for so long and make this, them people jump over no head. And I mash up the institution.
Yes.
Public must have can't talk to a police officer, woman. You're supposed to have good on the road. And you see officer, you must ask that person, good morning, officer. I am for just a place and I am looking for that space. Could you free finger them nothing?
All
and
right.
they must say, woman, move for me. Anyway, thank you.
All right. Bless up, my sister. Blessings.
Yeah.
All right, Jamaica. You know how Mystic Sensation is, you know. Right? So when we talk, we present facts. Now, we could start class. Because Jamaica, let me tell you something. I remember, you know, and you all listen to me. And you heard Mystic Sensation said 2026 is for the Jamaica Labour Party to dismantle. It's no joke. It's no joke. And FCB Prendy said, don't forget Dana Scott Motley. No man, Dana Scott Motley is a living lava, you know. Living lava. You know, you may say, all the ladies. No man, we can't get them. Dana Scott Motley, man, a living lava, man. Right? But, you know, Daniel Taylor said, firstly, we have to get rid of Donald Trump, who is the big brother of this JLP capitalist criminal mafia organization in Jamaica. Because with Donald Trump, Andrew is powerful. I want you to listen to this. That is why I put this up. Because what Daniel Taylor, right, wrote there is 100% facts. But, you know, we are hoping that November coming, right, things are going to change. But Jamaica, God is not sleeping. Let me say this to you. God is not sleeping. And God will never allow the Israelites to be perished. Right? God is going to deliver us. Because I know what I know. And certain things I cannot speak. I am so confident, right? Particularly where the People's National Party members of parliament who represent us in parliament, and they are representing us with all their hearts and all their mind, and they are representing us sincerely. And for anyone who believe that, okay, all right, the JLP and the PNP, right, in a some hanky-panky, right, and they are planning together to, right, suppress Jamaican people, those are so devious in terms of the misinformation and the disinformation, right? Because how can someone say that when if it wasn't for Mark Golding, Dana Scott Motley, and Mr. Anthony, I think, right, found out as it relates to the constitutional reform what Andrew Holness wanted to do, to be a dictator. If it wasn't for them, so how can you ever say out of your mouth? That's why we said, listen to Jamaican people, we don't listen to peanut burning. We have no time for any distraction, you know. No time for any distraction, because how can you say that when someone pull us back from the brink of slavery? When you have a Mark Golding, a Dana Scott Manley pull us back from the brink of suppression. You know, if that did get to maybe someone who not begs, oh, that not happening, you know. Someone who want like, you know, speak out on democratic socialism, and someone who want like, you know, defend, you understand, and you know, neutral. Me can't be neutral. Me have to find a gear. Me cannot be neutral. I have to find a gear, because it is going to take a political process. And no third party cannot do it. No third party cannot do it. Right? A lot of us, and let me say this without no hesitation, a lot of us are just simply outright ungrateful. Simply outright ungrateful. A lot of you people who are benefiting now, when it becomes big liar, right? Big this and big that. Done that as a result of Michael Manley time. I am talking the whole of folks. Some of them who and the Jamaica Labour Party, within the Jamaica Labour Party, done that as a result of what Michael Manley did. Free education up to tertiary level. Enough of them who you see in a parliament speaking out. It's a disgrace for what they represent. Crony capitalists, and they all fought to damage democratic socialism, and now it is them same one who is linked up with Donald Trump administration. If you notice, people, I am very careful in terms of my words or my verbatim, because me not burn out United States. I am not burning out United States, right? United States has facilitated us, right, and helped us in many regards. So I am not generalizing my criticism, right? Yes. So I am not doing any form of corporate bombing with my criticism. Yeah? I am doing spear fishing. No net fishing. I am not net fishing. I am spear fishing. So I am not going to come here and critique United States of America. United States of America has done a lot for us, and we have to be grateful. Right? Many of our people, they are working in the United States, have wonderful jobs, and they are sending back money at home. So I can't burn United States. I have to burn the Donald Trump administration, because I know what that administration is about. Crony capitalism. And we are not going to hesitate, and we are not going to hide and speak it. We are going to speak the truth. And we know that Andrew Holness cannot oppose him, because of course they caught Andrew Holness and Andrew Holness administration in its wrongdoing. And so then Jamaica have to pay the price as a result of Andrew Holness corruption. Inside, look how terrible it is that, because, remember, as it relates to Trinidad and Tobago, as it relates to the corruption index, right? Two of the most corrupted country in the entire Caribbean, Trinidad and Tobago. I'm going to show you the facts. And because the United States have them on corruption, those two countries, Trinidad and Jamaica, decided to sell out the entire Caribbean Peninsula because of their government wrongdoing. Can you imagine the predicament that we found ourselves in? Can you imagine? So make we start class. Now, from 2016, the first document, let me build the background. From 2016, the corruption index warned Andrew Holness that he's not making any effort to deal with the corruption. I'm going to show you from 2016. They warned him. And there is a now recent corruption index that came out. And you know what the corruption index is saying? That from the time that they had spoken to Andrew Holness as it relates to his behavior regarding corruption, Andrew Holness has not changed. Andrew Holness has not changed. So, before we go into the document, let me breathe down a bit. So when Mystic comes here, when a Partner Draw TV comes out, a Lonesome comes out, a Anessa Bell, a Talk for the Press, a Talk Your Mind, and all of us, right, a Perry, you know, many people can't even remember, but all who are working, yes. And a Portland Spice, of course, powerful platform, come out and speaking the truth. Let me ask a question. Do you believe that, okay, all of a sudden, Andrew Holness administration, as it relates to the anti-corruption system, decided, you know what? I am going to listen to social media. And I'm going to accuse Andrew Holness because of what social media said. Are you serious? Are you kidding me? No. Look, we go to Jamaica. So when the corruption index says, you know what? I am going to listen to social media. I am not going to send my technocrats, my experts that analyze the data with Andrew Holness. But yes, I think social media people, they are correct. And, you know, they are the ones who are doing the data. So we are going to take the information from them. And we are going to accuse Andrew Holness administration of being corrupt. Let me say something. When we wake up, all of us on social media is getting it from Andrew Holness anti-corruption system. And all of us in social media is getting it from the international body that represent that Andrew Holness, you understand, is on a part of corruption. So look at that. Look at that. So let me ask a question. Did we have any other prime minister in the history of our politics that has to apply to the court, to the Supreme Court, to do what? Notice the application, you know. Pay attention to the application. The application made is making a request for the judge to rule in ruling out the illicit enrichment laws under the Corruption Act. People, think of that. Think of that. Which prime minister who means the country good, means the country well, to push forward as it relates to nation building, want to have a system without checks and balance, and asking the judge to eliminate the enrichment law under the Corruption Act? Now, if any politician in a first world country ever mentioned that out of the amount, they wouldn't have a job. They would, and number one, it couldn't be stated because none of these politicians want to commit political suicide. That would be an automatic political suicide for any first world politician. They are getting flagged for less than that. And this is the man who we have in our parliament to tell you that this man has no shame. No shame whatsoever. Let me say this, and for those who don't like it, whenever I see Andrew Holness in our parliament, it turns my stomach. Honestly to God. I don't have a personal hate for Andrew Holness. I hate his ways. I hate his ways. I don't have a personal hate for him. I hate his ways. Because indeed, he knows that he's a criminal. Who does that? Who would want to make sure that the guardrails of checks and balance be eliminated? Who does that? It's crazy. So now, let us get into this document to show you as it relates to the disgrace that is coming down on Andrew Holness. Andrew Holness, let me say this. Andrew Holness is going to be, right, one of the politicians in the Caribbean that is going to leave politics in the worst way, the most disgraceful way. Remember that Mystic Sensation say this. Remember that Mystic Sensation say this. Now, look at this. And you tell me now, when we speak on these issues, they are acting as if, okay, all right, it is social media spreading propaganda. And that is one of the reasons, when it comes to me, whenever I am speaking, me find the source, and show you that this is not coming from me, So, why spending the time in terms of critiquing me? Right? Now, look, this published Thursday, June 1, 2017. So early, people notice. Why do you think I go back for this? 2017. Do you realize, Jamaica, it is 1 year in Andrew Holness governance? It is so shameful. Andrew Holness came into parliament, into governance, 1 year, 2016. And in 2017, 1 year, based on all of his promises that never fulfilled, and where, the system recognized his path in going down the corruption path. Here it is, Holness losing credibility and corruption. So for all persons who are critiquing me, am I the one saying this? Am I the one saying this? See it here, see where it's coming from here, right? Look. Am I the one saying this? Now, Prime Minister Andrew Holness should be troubled by Jamaica's latest Transparency International report, in which Jamaica fell 14 places on the Corruption Perception Index for 2016. His inaction would suggest it is no trouble to him whatsoever. People who don't look what me I show you. Look what me I show you. At 2016, the man come in. 2016, the man come in. And they are talking about his inaction of not doing anything. That it fell, 14 places on the Corruption Perception Index. So let me just stop sharing this and talk to my people. So when we are presenting these facts, how dare you saying that social media misinformation and disinformation. Let us show the people. Does that change? What we have now, and this is how I love Zilika's Jess. She did not mince her words. Love me Nikisha Burchell. High level of probity. Isaac Buchanan. Mr. Brown in a St. Mary. Peter Bunting, big up yourself. Julian Robinson. Weaville Hines. You name Dana Scott Matley. There is not one PNP member that will me shake him when we jerk him like this in week. All right. So since I'm talking about that, who do we need to honor for that? None other than a Mark Golding. Because what Mark Golding says, he is going to build a robust team. A robust team that is unpenetratable. Cannot penetrate. And that is a team that we have seen representing us in Parliament. Remember, from Isaac Buchanan 1, Isaac Buchanan, visibly in his constituency, and all of them that you see, Nikisha Burchell, no left out of their constituency. Now, the difference between these PNP members, they are not only involved in politics, but they are councillors. They are advocating from the grassroots level. And since they have been voted for, they have not denied that. Now, let us ask another question now. Let us be fair. 10 years, Jamaica Labour Party in power. How many times the Jamaica Labour Party members of Parliament constituency have them in the constituency advocating for them? Advocating for them. The other day I saw Desmond Mackenzie and Andrew Holness went into Tivoli Gardens, and it is a shame, Desmond Mackenzie. Desmond Mackenzie, you're a shame and disgrace to our political process. And the people there were telling them in front of them face that we need water. We need proper toilet facilities. We need the almighty goodness. And you know what? Really serious about it? The Tivoli Gardens constituency, for more than, I would say for more than 40 years, have been voting for Jamaica Labour Party. And when you look at that constituency in comparison to other constituencies, it's a goddamn disgrace. Why do you think Andrew Holness lost against Paul Buchanan? Let me reason. We are reasoning now. Why do you think? Because he has done no work in his constituency. Workless. Workless. The Prime Minister. Constituency. The amount of bad roads in Andrew Holness constituency. The amount of drain that need clean in Andrew Holness constituency. And he's there. Instead of be truthful to the democratic process of the electoral process, you rather to force yourself onto the people by stealing the general election. Which now Paul Buchanan is going to embarrass you within the next few weeks in this month. You know shame, you know how shame. But you are going to allow yourself, your Jamaica is going to see your political demise. Right? Because Paul Buchanan is serious enough. And if the court want to fool themselves, Paul Buchanan is going to carry that to the privy. So if you don't want to embarrass yourself for Privy Council again, just like how Paula Llewellyn embarrassed herself at the privy, Paul Buchanan said, well, we continue to ride the bus. Because if a privy, and he not stop. Because you can't buy him out. He's standing up for the people. Because one thing Paul Buchanan said, if I don't do this, Jamaica will suffer. Just imagine. Paul Buchanan is carrying the burden of Jamaica on his shoulders right now. Because Paul Buchanan is no fool. And Paul Buchanan know the danger that linger. And as he said it clearly, that they come with their money for him to drop the case. So then I mean, if you never thief the election, why you want to buy it? Why you want to buy off Paul Buchanan? Why you want Paul Buchanan to drop? You know, say you're innocent and you don't do nothing. So if you're innocent and you don't do anything and you didn't steal the election, why you want Paul Buchanan to drop the case? You want to push the man to the limit. Right? Taking away his firearm license. And that's why fire now to come under the FLA director. I'm going to touch him too, you know. Fire to come under the old criminal. You know, like when we speak. You know, like when we speak, you're a criminal. And just imagine, Paul Buchanan had spoken this about the FLA way before we know, say, the FLA was being investigated by the Integrity Commission. Just to show you that Paul Buchanan is not telling any form of lie. And Paul Buchanan stated that they abuse his rights at the FLA. So Paul Buchanan was not telling any lie then. And now, guess what? Confirm. Confirmed. Now, let me show Andrew Owner something that we know is going to reach him. And Jamaica, let me tell you something. If you believe that me have to waste my precious time and all them people in the chat, right? Uni Gray, Lovern, right? You name all of the people when I'm chat, Marcia, right? Beverly, all of them. You think they are in the chat because mystics sound nice? No. They are well thinkers, critical thinkers. Right? And they know that when we speak, we present facts. And so then, of course, they want to make an informed decision. Now, let me show Andrew Ones an example that happened in the Caribbean that we know that, trust me, Andrew Ones, it's you who is going to face the consequence. They have a saying said, the higher the monkey climb, the more his ass exposed. And you are right now, right there. But let me show you this. to remind you, Andrew, it is coming slowly but surely. I want to remind you of this, Andrew. You see this man here? Look at him. Yes, man. Behaving just the way how you behave. No one can talk to him because he's the Prime Minister, he's the Dan Dapper, my bro God. Think him of his way because he has power. Ultimate power. Corrupt. Absolutely. Here he is. Shame and disgrace. But worse than this is going to happen to you. Here it is. Former Premier of the Turks and Caicos, Michael Misick, will spend the next 4 years in jail for bribery. And you want to see the worse than that? Listen. This is nothing in comparison to what you have done in it. The news has rocked the Caribbean and sent the message that Caribbean leaders, this is what I want to read to you, Andrew, that Caribbean leaders must never be embroiled in self-aggrandizement or being seen to benefit from deals concerning the state. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you the glimpse of what is coming on, Andrew. Only I show you the guilt, Papa, where they come. Papa, you're like an effort, you know. And we know deep down, you know, you can't sleep at night, you know. But let me leave that alone. Let me leave that alone. Because I'm telling you, Andrew, fire their mus tail. And in the truth, to be told, me know you think say, me know you not think say a cool breeze. When we talk about the corruption index and the international body to show that Andrew Holness has not changed his ways. People, do you know, apart from the FLA report, let me talk to the people because I got it this morning. Apart from the FLA report, with the nastiness what they go on over FLA, deeper corruption what they go on over FLA, that emboldened by politicians, now go touch in that in people. They go touch in that in them. Go show you some things. Right? Because some political heads are going to be rolled. So hold on. Uno know say. I want to know what uno ears and listen. Uno know say. The Integrity Commission send another indicative report to Parliament. Uno never. Integrity Commission investigators send another bangarang over there. You know? I don't know which Tuesday that Parliament is not going to be blazing. Every Tuesday coming forward is going to be blazing. It looked like the Integrity Commission investigators line them up, you know. Line them up, you know. Yes, because them so emboldened, right? So, of course, the blessing melting pot. Let me just finish with the next document and then we can come in because we already gone in at the program and big up yourself, my brother.
Yeah, man, no, for respect.
To show you how emboldened they emboldened. But people, let me show you. Say there's another bangarang. Lord Jesus. And Julius. But I don't know how you're going to manage this. Here it is, people. See here. public notice, Integrity Commission submitted 3 investigation reports and Director of Corruption Prosecutions indicative rulings to Parliament for tabling. Right? Now here it is. Integrity Commission submit 3 investigation reports and Director of Corruption Prosecutions indicative rulings to Parliament for tabling. See that June 3, 2026. Right? June 3, 2026. So this not have nothing to do with the previous report, you know. I wonder if we can big it up some more. Well, on the people, we say we can big it up some more because I don't want to miss not even a letter. What sense a word? So you may big it up. See then, June 3rd, 2026. In keeping with its previously made commitment, the Integrity Commission wishes to notify the public that it has today submitted to Parliament 3 reports of investigation together with associated indicative rulings from the Commission's Director of Corruption Prosecution. The documents were formally received and signed for at the Parliament at 1:14 p.m. this morning. Hard copies of the referenced investigation reports were submitted in separate envelopes on the cover of identical letters addressed to the following officials: the Most Honorable Juliet Holness, MP, Speaker of the House of Representatives, Senator, the Honorable, I don't know why them put all the Honorable at this man name, you know. So I just pass the Honorable there. Tam Tavares Finson, President of the Senate, and Miss Colleen Lowe, Clerk to the House of Parliament. Let me take with that. People. Why? Jesus, peace. Can you imagine? No wonder why. No wonder why Andrew Holness did not sign the code of conduct to backside. Because you know, so you will line up yourself, you come rob taxpayers. You line up yourself, right, to come in and rob, and you have a plan, you have a blueprint, and you follow the blueprint, you know, my brother. Let me tell you, say, you follow the blueprint. Syndicate only, you know. You make sure, say, all right, you have now. Yes, when we go in, now go sign on code of conduct. All right? Make sure, say, none of no sign in, you know. Because you know, no plan for do. Well, guess what? We in this space. I think the Integrity Commission investigator is, you know. But hold on there now. So, let me just bring in Melting Pot, because when we start with fire, you know. So, brother Melting Pot, your people are here. Meet and greet your people, brother Melting Pot, and anything you want to say on the subject matter that gone so far, because you know you're coming in at this particular time. Bless up yourself. If you want to speak on the subject matter, please feel free to go ahead, sir.
Greetings and blessings as usual.
Blessings.
All in the chat group, you know. All blood and fire comrade. Yeah. Give up the people them down in a ground zero as usual. Enough love and respect all over. Now, I know for a fact, sir, Byron said, you know, the guy has a rightful state, organized, yeah, with them affiliate them not to sign the code of conduct. Now that, you know, clearly outline and demonstrate the type of individual where the crime minister is. Yeah? He's a man who don't deal with nothing of, you know, principle values, you know. Yeah? He not no integrity. He not nothing about him. What is there within the code of conduct that would deter them from signing it? It's just how you're going to operate in the space. And I know when all of them, you know, them first inception in a constituency where them going, them tell the people them how good them is and how honest them is and what them going to offer to them. But when it comes to crunch time, you know, them back out. Yeah, like Andrew say, yo, don't know we have to treat the idiot them, you know. Yeah, because you have no a full time and all of them are eat a food. Yeah, it's the first government anywhere in the world with so much of them are business people. Yeah, like them belongs to the chambers of commerce. Them are a politician, you know. So when we know Andrew and him conglomerate them going up the House of Representatives to do. It's for destroy Jamaica. Yeah, all type of legislation, idiot law with them come in with. Yeah, impose upon the people in life. But at the same time, them not do the right thing, you know. No, Andrew carry out police going up. God knows, you know. Yeah, and police are telling what to do as it relates to road trafficking. How much him for charge and all them things there. Garbage. Yeah, nonsensical leader the country have. Him not no sense, you know. Because the things we you do, them say if you spit in the sky, it must fall in your eye. Right now, it fall in your face. All over your face. That this group can come in, yeah, after you tell the people when you're opposition, yeah, you outline the high velocity of scandal where you say Portia and the PMP have. When you come in the worst, remember, you know, you can't certify number one. You want to interfere with the Integrity Commission. Yeah, to take out illicit enrichment out, I think. Yeah, you have all that section in the class where you use, where you muzzle people like them can't talk on certain things. That is a mafia administration. So Jamaica suffer under this guy. 10 years worth of disastrous management. Yeah. And everybody know I feel it. I think it's time this guy lift up and leave. Because we in a junior now, you know. And a few days time, him can't certify again. Yeah. So me I ask the judge them and everybody round this guy how much more rope will I give to hang himself. Because he must hang, you know. At the end of the day, he must hang himself. Yeah, and he have to hang himself in the Privy Council in London. You understand? So this guy I better just take the heat off him, you know. Because I'm in a pressure cooker right now. Yeah, and nobody don't like him. Not because people hate him. People just don't like him in ways. Yeah? Because I don't hate a human being, you know. In terms of you being a human and me being a human, you know. We're supposed to be, you know, rational and balanced with you. But if you come with certain things when me not like me, I'm against you. And that people against the guy, we can't trick them. Him tell them all type of things when I'm opposition. Him promise them big power plant. Him promise them prosperity. Him have a 100-year resume where him read out and all the things that the people might look for. He not fulfill one obligation to the people. Yeah, so he was a trickster. He was a scammer. Yeah, the best thing he can do is leave the political arena, face the music of the Hague, and relax somewhere like the Filipino. You understand, guy? Just go relax, man. You have a mountain of cash can lay down on, you know. Yeah? And I yield back the floor to you, sir, Myra.
All right, blessings. Now, let me tell you something. When we talk about the level of criminality, and yesterday when I was listening to Zilika Jess, Jamaica, me now fool you. I'm going to tell you the truth. When Zilika Jess finished in Parliament, tears came to my eyes. Well, let me just take this caller because we are multitask today. We want to make sure so everyone participate. Yes, caller, you're on Mystic Sensation. Please go ahead.
Yes, my brother. How are you doing?
How you doing, my brother? Everything is good.
Peace and love.
Blessings.
Melting pot. Pick up yourself.
No question.
All right.
Yes, my brother. My brother. Oh my God. We are into a pit. Andrew Holness. Put put us into a pit where I am telling you, it's only the Almighty God can take us out of it. My brother, one question to you, Melting Pot, please listen this question. What is the purpose of that warship that dock in Jamaica?
Let me answer you, right? Let me answer your caller.
Yes, my brother.
You believe that Donald Trump, of all the persons who, and I'm going to talk it as it is,
Yes,
right?
sir.
And I don't care if anyone wants to bash me. I'm just going to speak because you asked me a question, and of course, the onus is on my shoulder to tell you the truth in terms of my belief.
Yes.
The Donald Trump administration, as it relates to MAGA and what MAGA means, as it relates to the foundation that build the energy that Donald Trump drive on. MAGA, in acronym, simply means Make America Great Again.
Again,
Now,
thank you very much.
with the reference of that, and when I do the research, the time that Donald Trump is referencing is the time of the United States as it relates to cotton pickers, colonial time, and slave. That was the time that America economy was the strongest.
All right.
On the backs of slaves.
Yes.
So under the political rhetoric of MAGA, Make America Great Again, what they are actually referencing, that they want to see the time of slavery where black people are under that suppression again. Now, apart from that, I do a research on Donald Trump's family, parents.
Yes. Yes.
And trust me, I wasn't surprised. His father, Donald Trump's father, have a great hate for blacks.
Wow.
No, seriously. I have something that I'm going to come out Friday with, and people are going to shock. The man has such hate for black people. Now, many people don't know this. Donald Trump also have that hatred. No matter how he tried to cover it, no matter how he tried to be diplomatic,
yes,
it just cannot be hidden. Now, if you remember, right, the Central Park 5, that was accused wrongfully and sent to prison. And even although they were innocent and, preach of their innocence, a lot of people don't understand that Donald Trump spent his personal money to show you how the hate is intense, The man spending personal money, Say that they are to be executed,
Wow. Aye.
Look here. If people want to be hypocritical and don't want to speak of these things need to be spoken of in terms of Donald Trump. And that's why when I'm speaking, I said, look, I am not critiquing United States of America. I am critiquing Donald Trump's administration.
Yes. Yes.
Now, when I do the intense research, because I said, I have to be careful, I realized that this has nothing to do with oil. What it has to do as it relates to total punishment, the United States as it relates to Donald Trump administration is scared, right? As it relates to BRICS expansion. And when I look, I said, okay, that is one part of it. I need the evidence as it relates to him, you understand, punishing them for the BRICS expansion. And when I go and I look and I search for Iran, I realize that Iran joined on to the BRICS. When I look and I search for Venezuela, I realize that Venezuela have strong intent to go on to the BRICS. When I looked and I searched for Cuba, guess what?
What?
Cuba signed on to the BRICS. And I said, oh, this is how you hide your dirty works. You're punishing them for the expansion of China in the Caribbean region and in your so-called backyard as it relates to the Monroe Doctrine. My brother, what Andrew Holness had done to us because of his corruption has sold out Jamaican sovereignty. Right now, we don't know the discussion behind the curtains. But we know that Donald Trump is not in love with any black people and want to come facilitate and run around school and painting up school and say, oh, you know, this is the love from Donald Trump. And he's going to spend millions of dollars in moving, you understand, the limits from where it is to the Caribbean to take a position. So my friend, who have an ear to hear, let them hear. So speak, my brother.
I just want to touch something a little about the ship there, right?
Yes.
The warship. Now remember, that is not an ordinary ship. That is a warship. That is not a poor ship. That is a warship. No, right? I know you're a brilliant man, right? You are one of our top investigators.
Thank you.
Right? Trust me. I'm going to say this to you. Mister, I love your show.
Thank you.
As a matter of fact, this is not a show. I love your college.
Thanks, really appreciate it.
University that you have. You understand me? Your program is not a show. Right? Your program is a program for all Jamaican, anywhere around the world, anybody at all, whether Jamaican, I don't matter where they come from, is to come and learn, educate ourselves about the reality, the wickedness, the truth and the lie that is taking place in this nice little Jamaica that we have. Anyway, my brother, this worship that they have in Jamaica, you didn't want to say something?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
This worship that they have in Jamaica, right? First, I said, it is not a tour ship. Okay?
Exactly.
A warship, that massive, everlasting, right? Destructive warship that they have there, that the Americans sent down there. Something behind it, my brother. Okay? I know something is behind it, right? And Andrew Holness, remember, my brother, you, as a matter of fact, you are not my brother. Andrew Holness, your days is coming, and it is coming very swift. Very swift. And let me tell you something, it's not you alone. All of you, Andrew Holness, all of your team, your wife, everybody, the whole team, the whole entire crew of you is going to suffer, is going to taste the bitter stick that God have to pour out on you guys. Now listen to this, my brother. A warship, okay? A warship, that ship it is made for war itself.
Yes.
Okay? It is a war equipment. It's a war how should I put it now?
It's an instrument of war, my brother.
That's right. No, look at Jamaica. Little Jamaica don't have nothing. Right? To do with that type of thing to come to Jamaica.
Exactly.
Right? And listen, you remember when Donald Trump went sending money from Florida, right, in his second, we can talk to we can have meet with
Yes.
Antonis.
Yes.
And after I leave, Antonis send home all of the Cuban them.
Mm-hmm.
No, my brother, listen, my brother. Listen. I'm going to say this. If a games America trying to play with Cuba, right? Or if Andrew Holness team up with Donald Trump, to make that warship coming to destroy Jamaica. Let me say this to you. Andrew Holness, Jamaican people going to turn up and it's going to be a bitter one for you. It's going to be a bitter one for you, Andrew Holness.
Judgment.
Be ready for it. Because let me say this to you. Let me tell you, you're not going to hurt you're not going to follow Donald Trump and hurt the Cuban people. If you hurt the Cuban people, and hurt we.
So true.
If you put their life in risk, you put our life in risk.
And that's no joke.
We're ready for you. We're ready for you. Jamaican people, please make you stand up. Get up off our lazy ass. Get up. Make we rise up on that wicked demons that we have in Jamaica.
Love that.
Peace.
All right, Carla. All right, Carla. I love the input, but I've seen Miss Winnie calling. So let me just take a call from Miss Winnie. Here, Carla. Thank you for your input. Bless up yourself. Let me just take Sister Winnie call Sister Winnie. Okay. All right, Sister Winnie. Come in, Sister Winnie.
Good night, my son. How are you?
Blessings, my sister.
And how is that beautiful lady?
Yes.
Lady Anne-Marie. And how is your dad?
Yeah, man, he's okay.
All right. No, I only calling on one thing. But yes. I cannot do any writing right now. I've got Whitlow and the big sum, so it's very hard for me to write. It's really painful.
Wow.
So I will do like, but I cannot do the writing. The finger hurting me so bad.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
Anyway.
Right. Yes.
If the American is not there to attack Cuba, you know. It's a frightening tactic.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, sir, I feel they're going into the cockpit country because America like the oil, the mineral. I don't think they're so keen about the gold, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think they're going to send in their troops they have to go into the cockpit country. That's what they call the maroon country?
Yeah, the cockpit, yes.
Right. That's where they're going. Because if America dropped one little bomb in Cuba or go and take out Castro brother Raul, listen to me, Jamaica going to feel it. Because you sell me out for 30 pieces of silver. Cuba is going to send a couple of their things they have to drop into Jamaica, yeah?
Well, Sister Winnie, I heard that they're equipped with over 300 drones. I don't know how truthful that information is.
But it be before China was so deep in Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
China was with Cuba. And the other country like Russia was for Cuba 100%.
Yes.
You hear me?
Yes.
No one knows what those two countries give Cuba. And Cuba is not stupid. Yes, they're punishing them, but America going to feel, Jamaica going to feel, Andrew, you're coming like the one in the Bible that sell Jesus for 30 pieces of silver.
Barabbas.
Yes, and he go on himself in the bush.
Judas, me I say Barabbas. What the
Judas.
Judas. What from a great gone to?
Barabbas is the one the people chose.
Judas sold him for 30 pieces of silver and Peter denied him.
You said about Jamaica for 30 pieces of silver, a country that helped Jamaica for over 50 years. let the blind could see, that have cataracts could see, help them in medical field. And Andrew, you make my belly burn.
So ungrateful. So ungrateful.
I gave birth to 4 children, 2 cut out and 2 I have to push out. And if the cut don't burn me as much as you burn me for what you do to Cuba.
It's really sad.
You really sell out Cuba for 30 pieces of silver, and you sell out too because you didn't want the American to hold you. Why Trump didn't go on the warship? Let's send Moped. You know, it's he call her Moped, you know. You know, so they sent Moped and that piece of foolish thief in one called Valls. They should have hold him too.
You know, so how Vaz was nervous, tremble like a leaf.
Yes. Valls think they're going to bring him and put him in one of the cells they got there.
Because they know that they are corrupted. They know.
But you see the trouble. Trump is only playing with honest, you know. He's playing with honest. Look, my ship coming now.
All right.
I can go and take him out, you know. But don't you see? Was he in Parliament yesterday?
Yes. Who?
You must be looking at him, honest.
I think he was and left early. I'm not so sure. I'm gonna have to go back, but I think he was.
But because I did not see him, so I wonder if he was hiding. They might take him. Listen to me. Trump won't attack in Russia, Cuba, because the Chinese don't care what the Chinese do. The Chinese is for Cuba, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And the Russian is for Cuba. And it's going to be a war. And if I was a Cuban and you sell me out and I've got a couple weapons, I'm going to send it where the oil field, where you keep your oil, the major part of the town.
Well, let me tell you something.
And look for your house and bomb it down. You know they know exactly where your house is. They can pinpoint it to the button. Cuba is going to make Jamaica cry if America touch Cuba. But I don't think it's Cuba they want. They want the maroon country. And that's all I got to say to you, sir.
Thank you, Sister Winner. Bless up yourself.
And by the way, Mr. I just come in a few minutes ago. Mr. Melting Pot is there, yes?
Yes, man. Melting Pot is here, man. He's smiling.
I know, my darling, Mr. Melting Pot.
All right,
sweetie.
All right.
Nice, Mr. William.
Blessings.
Yeah, well, I won't be able to do some writing until my finger get better.
All right.
I will do light.
Blessings. Okay? Love your sister, Winnie. All right.
Love you and your dad.
All right. Okay, so that is Sister Winnie. Our next caller is calling in. Let me just give this caller opportunity before we move on. All right. Yes, caller. Can you call back? Because when we start, we're going to delve into the subject matter. So let me just give you a few little seconds for you to call back before I proceed with the show. Right? Because of course I am telling you, Jamaica yesterday, Zilika Zess turned the heat up in Parliament. And I tell you, Jamaica, right? Believe you me, when she finished, she left me with tears in my eyes. And I am saying to myself that yes, again, Mark Golin had done it for us in terms of all those solid MPs that are representing us. Yes, Carla, you're on Mystic Sensation Live. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, Mr. Sensation. I know you've heard the saying.
Yes, good afternoon, my dear.
Man a right and God a wipe out.
Here you go. Well said.
I just want Andrew Holness to know that man a right and God a wipe out. The Cubans, their illiteracy rate is damn near zero.
Yes.
They are going to fight.
Yes.
The same way, them for remember, both him and the Trump and his puppet master and his puppet, Mr. Holness, must remember, just as Jamaica is 90 miles away from Cuba, so is Florida.
That's true.
So make them go on. Make them go on. America has never won a war. People need to look at history. We have never won a war.
Hold on, sister. Hold on, sister. Because you said something.
Yes, sir.
You said something which is 100% facts. And I was doing the research and I discovered that myself. And here it is. That, of course, you are identifying my research. So you are 100% correct. So let me endorse that.
Okay. Cuba has won 3 wars. They freed 3 countries in Africa. Every single one of their citizens will fight to the death. And if it's that them want, that them are going to get. So I'm sitting here, I'm chilling. You can have your warship down there all you want. Every last one of you, you're going to live to see what it is to be evil and wicked to good people. All the thief in one are going with. Everything that you've done. Now you have warship park in our backyard. Why them never go park over Trinidad side?
And you know, hold on, the sister. You know, and you honest know that the Caribbean represent what we call a zone of peace.
Yes, sir.
And to be for him and Trinidad, right? Because they are corrupted. To be breaching that is a disrespect. You understand, for the fundamental of that. And let me tell you something, sister, why I am worried. To be honest, let me tell you the truth why I am worried. Jamaica has no defense mechanism.
You're damn right.
To stop. I don't know what Russia or what China had given to Cuba, but we have no defense mechanism to stop anything.
Exactly.
So it's going to be brutal to us.
I don't hear Cuba. Cuba is not running up its mouth and out here chat and give press conference and this and that. Cuba ain't doing none of that. They just sitting back in the cut and saying, touch a button. Me dare enough to touch a button and say what. Cuba is not afraid. And I respect them for that. 50 years we've had an embargo on this country. And now we're going to talk about they're a failed state.
Can you imagine?
We made them a failed state.
Think of what no, sister. Hold on, sister. Me love your conversation. Me love your conversation so much. Just imagine that the when I say United States, Donald Trump administration. Let me do some spearfishing now. The Donald Trump administration have the Cuban them so suppressed. You understand? I'll blockade and I suffer them and want the people to believe, as it relates to his political rhetoric, that it is the Cuban government causing them to suffer. When it is Donald Trump administration suffering the people. You want anything more wicked than that?
Okay, so I believe in God, and I will always believe in God. And if, I'm telling you, this might be Trump's and Holness's Waterloo. Touch a button if we're not bad.
All right.
And see what are going to happen. Because not only is Jamaica right around the corner, Florida is right there. So, and you know, say America can't take no strike, right?
Right.
You know, say we still take off shoes and clothes and drawers at airport because of 9/11.
Yeah, okay, all right, sister. All right.
Okay. So people need to really get it together.
There you go.
Think beyond them nose.
All right.
Pray God for our country.
Thank you, my sister, for
God
that
bless
input.
Jamaica. Bye.
Love it. Blessings. All right. I see a caller was calling, right? Let me just give that opportunity, right? Because yes, caller, just call back because I am about to step the gas, put foot on the gas. Right? Now, as we were talking about the performance of Zilika Zess, but not just Zilika Zess. We have seen the Isaac Buchanan. We have seen the Nikisha Burchell. Right? We have seen the Brown from St. Mary. Right? And what this goes to show Jamaica, that Mark Golden being the leader, right, wants political representation. And that is one of the reasons why we have a team like this that, of course, vetted by Mark Golding, right, and Dr. Dayton Campbell. And what we are seeing, right, getting that high level of representation that we have never, right, in terms of, you know, seeing the rigorous probity within the parliament's atmosphere, right, and, you know, telling it to their face, calling them out, right? I love it. Zilika, take my heart away yesterday.
Good afternoon, Mr.
Good afternoon, my dear.
Afternoon to Melting Pot and Lady Anna. I'm sitting here trying to remember. I think it was sometime, probably you can back me up.
Yes.
You remember what time or when or what conversation was it when the Prime Minister was having some, I don't know if it was press conference or what. You remember he used the word in whatever he's saying, said there's going to be war. You remember that at that point sometime last year or it was this year? I can't remember quite.
I think he was making some reference. I think I understand what you're saying.
To what?
But I think it was on a campaign though.
Okay.
Yeah, when he make something like it was the same statement that he said him not afraid of nobody.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Along that line.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. You look into it. I mean, it might be a way off, but it might be not far away from what's happening now. Because, you know, at times he might say stuff and there are little bits of pieces of words that, you know, he said in his conversation or whatever he's on the platform or whatever he's saying.
Yes.
And if you add up everything together and put all it, it's a puzzle.
Exactly.
You have to know the puzzle as he said, he play chess.
Exactly.
So we have to figure out the puzzle to make it, you know, complete.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So there's a lot of things to what is going on that we don't know and we will never ever know until it happens. And we all gonna say, we were saying it from the beginning. A lot of people were saying, oh, this is not gonna happen. And labor rights are saying, oh no, this, that, and that. And we are spreading propaganda and we are doing this and whatever. But remember, I tell you today, Mystic, June 4th, 2026. And the time is 3:33. I don't know, maybe your time is a little bit different. But
yes,
Jamaican
my time is 2:33. Yes.
I can bet 100% something serious going to happen in Jamaica, and we all are going to suffer the consequences. We innocent people are going to suffer. And if you watch what's going on with these little plane or whatever, satellite or whatever they say going on around doing this and doing that, look, you're a smart man and you're intelligent. You know what's going on.
Exactly.
We are a fool. And me might never go to a university, but me put pieces together and me read and me watch your program and all the other program, and I learn a lot and see that something serious is about to happen to Jamaica. We all need to prepare.
And that's no joke.
That's all I have to say. Yeah. Have a good day.
Thank you, sister, for your input. Wonderful.
Yeah.
All right, that's it. All right, let us just ease the call for now and we get into deck of things because we have so much things to talk about that we want to get out there in the space. Now, as it relates to what Zilika just was addressing yesterday, let us just take a few moments of that, right? The lovely performance coming from Sister Zilika. Let us take a little brief thing from that. All right, let us share this.
Madam Speaker, if we needed any further proof that the administration of firearms in this country is broken from the top down, we need look no further than the Integrity Commission's own report 37 of 2026. That report tabled yesterday found that the Firearm Licensing Authority, under the watch of its Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Shane Dallin, presided over a vault where ammunition belonging to private citizens went missing. A computer system that was deliberately manipulated to destroy the livelihood of a licensed dealer using the identity of a man who was already dead. And a server whose catastrophic failure conveniently erased the very evidence that would have identified who gave the order. Madam Speaker, a man who runs an authority where the dead are used to falsify records, where vault doors cannot account for what is inside them, and where evidence disappears without consequence, has no business holding public office. The People's National Party therefore calls unequivocally and without reservation for Mr. Shane Dallin to resign immediately. The People's National Party therefore calls unequivocally and without reservation for Mr. Shane Dallin to tender his immediate resignation. The people of Jamaica deserve leadership that upholds the law, not leadership that the Integrity Commission itself has found wanting. Madam Speaker, the people need justice.
All right, let us stop this. And Jamaica, I want you to listen to me in terms of what do you think I bring back Zilika just in the space. Let's take this call because I'm going to show Jamaica something. Yes, caller, you're on Mystic Sensation. Please go ahead.
Yes, Mystic, the judge, and melting pot of the jury. Let me tell you something.
All right.
I'm tired about that ship. I do not worry about that ship. And the reason why I do not worry about that ship, remember,
yes,
Pluton tell Trump to stay out of Cuba.
Yes.
Pluton, Trump have to do it. And the reason why what you guys do not understand is because of Epstein. Remember, Trump, Pluton, and Epstein used to do their dirty work. Trump did, and Pluton have all Trump ticket.
You mean Epstein died?
Trump.
Epstein died?
Yeah, Epstein died.
Yes.
And Pluton have all Trump ticket. And that's why whenever time Pluton said jump, Trump have to jump because they were all in the same boat. And he might just send, Trump might know, if they are going to Cuba, they're not going to Cuba now. They have to go after Trump leave. Because of his antecedent with
hold on. Let me stop. Hold on, caller. Let me say something there. If Trump administration lose in November, right? The Democrat has no interest to take on the baton of Trump. They wouldn't pursue Cuba. You understand? The Democrat would never pursue Cuba. So I just want to correct that.
No, remember if Trump lost.
Yes.
Because if I know they're gonna lose. So if they impeach him, you have Vance.
Yes.
And because of Vance is coming with the same regime, and you have the guy, the Secretary of State from Cuba, he will try to push the same regime. So as long as Trump in it, I don't worry about Cuba, because Cuba is safe because of Donald Trump.
As a result, so hold on, Carla, because I want the people to get what you are saying. You are saying to the fact that Vladimir Putin, right, has secret for Donald Trump as it relates to the Epstein file, And because Putin warned Donald Trump to say that stay out of Cuba, because if you don't stay out of Cuba, I am going to reveal all the secrecy around the Epstein file. And to the fact that Donald Trump doesn't want that information to come out, he might heal and not go into Cuba. Is that what you're saying? Your caller.
Yes, sir.
Is that what you're saying?
No,
is that what you're saying in terms of what because I want to get you? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because of Epstein.
Okay.
Trump can't touch Epstein's scheme with antecedent with him and Trump and the young girls them. And he don't want that to come out, so he not touch Cuba. So he might only trying to survey come with his warship like a show and tell and boast, and that's all he can do. I don't worry about him.
Okay, and wasting American taxpayers' money in doing that.
Yes, but then again, what I must try to understand, America do not have friends. They don't keep friends.
They have interests.
So they don't have interest. At the same time, what this guy is doing right now, Andrew, he just put up himself between himself, Trump, and China. And now they're going to start to squeeze him. You and I already talk about this geopolitics with Trump and Trump and China. Now, Andrew is trying to show China that I run things and see what I can carry and in your face. And right now, what is going on? I know China does not like that.
Okay.
So it might be an next backlash and Andrew again. They might start to squeeze him. So that's what I'm saying. The warship is coming and he's here, he's leaving tomorrow, but he's only showing up himself as he's just only a trader.
Oh, okay.
That's all Andrew is doing. So if you go back and watch the geopolitics, what is going on right now, that's where it is right now. And they might come, and plus they give you money again. And they realize they're watching social media and they know what he do with the money. Because if you remember, if you would watch social media, over the weekend, Fox 5 was in Jamaica filming.
Yes.
So, and he went to South. So they have to see how people live. So at the same time, what Andrew is doing, at the same time, is only showing up himself worse. So at the same time, what we want to watch now is a backlash. What don't catch Cuba, what catch Andrew.
What a backside.
Right?
So
strategic, right?
Yes.
You're gonna use that same word on him now. Because we use American money what you get. See, they give him 2.8 million again. What he gonna do with it? He can't put it in his pocket. And you know, whenever time America is giving them money,
yes,
and you are doing things with it, they keep on feeding you. So when they hold you, if you get off a 1 or 2 case, you cannot get off a third case. Well,
they have already, listen me, Carl, they have already have Andrew Holness down for money laundering and all of that. Remember, I told I told my listeners that Andrew Holness had placed $700,000 US in Citibank. What do you think? If the United States can pursue Darrell Valls for 140,000 US, but I think they are not going to pursue Andrew Holness for $700,000 US in Citibank.
Because remember, America is like a guard dog. Only eat from one person is his own master. Okay. So the guard dog gonna turn on Andrew. Yeah. So they are giving him more money. They're fattening him now to put his ass in jail. Okay. So we don't have to worry about Cuba. Don't worry about Cuba, not now.
Okay.
I'm not worried about that. All right?
All right.
So have a blessed day. We talk again.
Blessings, Carla. All right.
All right.
Yes. So what do you think I play back the Zalika thing? I want to remind Jamaica something. That Shane Darling, right, did not just act by himself. Shane Darling, that I'm telling Jamaica now, act as a result of political influence. Yes. because it was a foundation that already set in place. So what Shane Daly is now doing, you understand, is just now acting and carrying out what was already set for a foundation. Let me show you where I'm going, people. And so then we realize that, of course, Shane Daly should not be the only one that we are calling for his resignation. We also need to call for Robert Montague resignation. So Jamaica, I don't want you to forget this. And that is one of the reasons why I'm putting it back out there. Now look at this information. So what Shane Daly had done is something that already set by Robert Montague when Robert Montague was the Minister of National Security. So if you believe that what Shane Daly done, right, is disgraceful enough, Robert Montague had done worse because he was the Minister of National Security at the time. Now look at this, Jamaica. Look at this. Look at this, Jamaica. Many of you remember this. There is Andrew Warnes whispering in his ears, this is Satan. Should show you the level of corruption. Right? Now, this is how Andrew like it. Because also, they are getting benefit from the FLA corruption. That is the reason why they suppressed it. Because it is not supposed to Shane Daly alone being affected. Right? These two here, these two Confederates need to be affected. Now look, Fla Scandal, how Montague granted gun permits to 6 people with criminal traces. So it is not only Shane Daly, right, had done the ultimate corruption, right? Threatening person, wanted to abuse, right, gun license dealer. If him not get $2 million, him not extend license. The blatant corruption. The blatant corruption did not start with Daly. It started with these two here. These two are the ones who corrupt FLA. And they make sure that the status quo being protected by putting Shane Daly there. These are the two. So now let us read on. Fla Scandal. How Montague granted gun permits to 6 people with criminal traces. You see the reason why they try to burn out the Integrity Commission investigators? Now, Robert Montague knowingly, listen to Jamaican people. So when we are talking about Shane Daly, we have to go back to this. Robert Montague knowingly granted gun license to persons with a criminal history while he was Jamaica's National Security Minister. You don't want it worse than that? The National Security Minister, Robert Montague at the time, who's supposed to protect Jamaica interests. You don't see the joking, you don't see the big joke when they go on the Jamaica Labour Party. That the criminal prime minister have the deputy prime minister, right, where his character mud up in a WikiLeaks. Where WikiLeaks having business all over the globe. WikiLeaks that tell all of the people around the globe that Horace Strong is corrupted, Horace Strong involved in drugs, Horace Strong involved in gun and ammunition deal, right? Money laundering. No one over there make up this, you know. This sounds like only Mystic Sensation I say this. You know, see the paper where I read, that the green and the sinner. Here it is. The nastiness in the Jamaica Labour Party. And let me tell you this. All of this happened because of one man. One man who corrupted them as it relates to the love for money. One man who decided that he is going to trick the Jamaican people, get into the political process, and create mayhem for Jamaicans. One man who decided to enrich himself and so, in an extended arm, corrupted the criminal justice system as it relates to the DPP, Paula Llewellyn, and her protege, Claudette Thompson, who's still looking left. Paula Llewellyn should have engaged in this, but she looked left and allowed this monster to set a foundation in a FLA that bring forth chain darling. Look at talk up the thing then now. Look at talk up the thing then. Here it is. Robert Montague knowingly. This is the investigator report because of the interrogation that they had done with him. Knowingly granted gun license to persons with a criminal history while he was Jamaican National Security Minister. The Integrity Commission has concluded in a damning report. Make it go in the belly-eyed people. Montague's predecessors from the opposition People's National Party, Senator Peter Bunting, right, has also been named in the unfolding scandal. Now, where Peter Bunting had proven that the implication, you understand, was false. The revelations are contained in a 245-page special investigation report on how the Firearm Licensing Authority, FLA, gave gun permits to persons convicted of charge with various criminal offenses involving drugs, lottery scamming, and illegal possession of firearm. They don't want to talk about this. It is social media like us bringing back these on the forefront. So while we see the big mess continue over FLA, it continues to happen because Andrew Holness is still the Prime Minister. And while the Corruption Index is saying to Jamaica that, look, we spoke out from 2016 and told Andrew Holness of his corrupted ways. He has not changed. The last Corruption Index report is saying that the Prime Minister have no intention to change his corrupted path. So look, my people, and here is what we have now. Prime Minister Andrew Holness will have to mull whether Montague, a minister without portfolio, having been stripped of transport and mining in January, should remain in his cabinet. Want to see the nastiness? Want to see the nastiness? So what happened now? When they now put out there and the corruption exposed, and they expose the face of Andrew Holness that he is the instigator of the corruption, he asks them to cool off, take them from out of the portfolio, and put them back in our next responsibility. So when Dalrymple got messed up because Dalrymple is following the protocol movements of criminality and to protect the corruption status quo, Dalrymple followed the path. Dalrymple wouldn't fret. Dalrymple has nothing to worry about. Why am I worrying when I have the Prime Minister to deliver me from the fate of judgment and from justice? Why would anyone in the Prime Minister's cabinet worry of their crimes? They're confident and they're emboldened because, of course, Andrew Holness cannot discipline them because they know his secret. And they know that he's corrupted. And so then it's a family affair of corruption. The Jamaican Labour Party is a kleptocratic party. Simple means it's very difficult for us to sift through the Jamaica Labour Party administration and don't find one thief in it. Plain and simple. As Security Minister from March 2016 to 2018, Montague was in charge of the FLA. We're not looking at our people. So when we put out chain dallying, it has established from Montague. Legislation gives the minister the power to recommend permits, whether entirely of his own volition or on the recommendation of a review board. The Integrity Commission said the FLA board, which was appointed in 2016 after the Jamaican Labour Party won state power, acted with impropriety. Want to listen to that in a people. In the issuance or grant of firearm users license to persons of questionable character during the period 2016 to 2018. So Andrew Wallace couldn't wait. Couldn't wait him skin a crutch him for getting a power for do the crime. Skin a crutch him, his skin a boil, him blood a boil. Well want to go in the politics, well want to be in charge because he want to corrupt. So when you see someone east in themselves, that 2016, at the rate he was going, the international body, the corruption index said, no sir, something wrong with you. 2016 is year one. You don't even complete the full year. No sir, but something wrong with you. But between 2016, and that is one of the reasons why you tell them, say, no, look, because I have to blaze with fire, because the way me want money right and now me have to blaze with fire, no sign the code of conduct. So look here, people, between the period 2016 to 2018, to show you the urgency in committing criminal activities. See them start themselves in a trouble here, between 2016 and 2018. Well, no, tell me. The board was then headed by Chairman Dennis Wright. The Integrity Commission Director of Investigation, Kevin Stevens, pointed to 6 instances in which Montague, overruled the FLA, We don't look on it now. People don't come look on it now. Why you think Montague have the gall and the power to overrule the FLA? But we talk to people because he knows that the Prime Minister agreed with him and he knows that the Prime Minister is a criminal. But we talk truth now. So Montague did not fear to lose his job because he knows he has a criminal to defend him and a criminal to back him. And all what Montague need to do is to do the thing. Spin off the money. Who forget get. And so then to be in better control of the criminality. What do you think Andrew Wallace did? He has to now capture more than 19 agencies under his portfolio. What a thing. Because no crime cannot take place in no ministry and me no know about it. Any food and yam, me have to yam it. I don't go yam no food and me no know. So here it is, people. That the 19 agencies that Andrew Wallace have under his office, under his administration, is not to supervise, to stay away from corruption, but to ensure that corruption was done in a way to protect the status quo of corruption, and he believes he has the confidence in protecting them. And so then, what do you think next best to do? To have them covered into my corruption. Let us raise the DPP pay from 4 million to 12 million. Well, the DPP and all those persons who get the benefited from the 200 and 300% raise said no. of all the years we have been in politics, and we heard about manna falling from sky. Well, here it is that God make it possible through Prince Andrew Holness, who came from the heaven grace to fall manna from the sky. So how can I make a judgment if this is the man that take my pay from $4 million a year and now giving me $12 to $16 million? I can now pay off all my bills, all my expenses, and I can live comfortable. I don't care about the Jamaican people. I care about bro God, and I will protect him with all my heart. And so then you have the media, the propaganda media, who hold $1.4 billion of government revenues that could have now circulate and aid social programs. But I have to defend him because I can't pay. And if he ease up the pressure, me have to defend him. And as a matter of fact, I am going to do more for him than what he had done for me. I will make my station become the incubator for political propaganda. And I will train them from my outlet and will have them delegate them in the cabinet, in parliament, in the Senate. They will carry on the mantle in protecting the status quo of criminality. What a bang around Jamaica. Jamaica, God help us. And here you are. The legions are out. Brother Melting Pot, now left you behind. Come in, my brother.
Well, what may I tell you? You set the background, you know. I mean, I have to come in, come deal with it, you know, because I mean, everybody could have to say Andrew up to something, you know. Yeah? From Andrew coming to politics. Yeah, because just look how the man, you know, just rigmarole the whole of society with him country and him life. And then he do some little thing behind the scene and people never take it for what it really is, you know. Yeah? Now, when you look on some people were working at Jamaica, we give them heart and soul to build a country, yeah, by shaping its society with education, and then people that get left behind. Yeah, because me not put the police them in it, you know. And the reason why I not put the police them in it. Just the teacher them, the nurses are two vital sector within the civil service. Yeah, of the country. As civil servant, them people have to get good salary. Because them can't shirk the job, you know. Them have to put in the work. In a hospital, nurse have to put in the work because patient is there who need the attention of the nurse. In the classroom, the teacher have to put in the work because the student have to excel. You understand? And when you look and see who him give the increase to, yeah, I remember them people that never live in an exodus, you know, to go overseas, you know. When the man look and see the nurses and the teacher, them a leave, him no plug it, you know, him no stop it, him just continue as if so well, then it no really matter. But him give himself 200 and 300% within and around him in the political space. And the judge them, DPP, the whole of them people move from 4 million to 12 million. Now, my Jamaican people, that was a sign to this guy have to protect himself. Deep in a corruption in there, you know. Right up to his neck. So he have to protect himself, you know. Yeah. Teacher them and the nurse them not relevant to Andrew, you know. Who relevant to Andrew are the people that have to send him to prison. That's why we know say right now the whole of them falls. Yeah. When I'm a real judge in a Jamaica, we have some camouflage judge a masquerade in a courthouse. Whole of them corrupt. Hear that? Because all we Andrew do, you know, from him enter into politics, you know, is criminality. That's all him deal with. Now when you have a guy like Montague, carry out so much breach, yeah, in a FLA, and Andrew still keep him there. And not only FLA, when I'm a Minister of National Security, want to the police guard them, I know them can't come in, 35 of them still absent, you know. 35, you know, people. Yeah. And them carry out more things too, like the Bushing scandal and all them things there. Yeah. But criminal always have a criminal around them. Yeah. And me I go tell Jamaican people this. Montague couldn't do what him do if Andrew not give him the go ahead. Montague knows him have a free reign. Yeah, and him use it. Yeah. Because if you know your boss up at top, you know, it's a serious man, you know, you will get fired, you know. You not do the breach where you do, you know. Because it must reveal. So everybody knows that Andrew Holness is a guy who him like bribe and him take bribe. Yeah? And him like corruption and him like criminality. You understand? He's not a guy who you can depend upon to administrate within the right context and the right farmer. Him not dealing like the panel level there. Yeah? So if you notice, everybody right across the board around him, go on with them to go on with. Everybody take a piece of the cake. Yeah? And it's good because the master of ceremony, you know, he never preach against them and taking the cake, you know. He never allow them because he want them to be corrupted like him. So nobody can come and carry out a vote and no confidence or push him out of the position where he not. Yeah, because you tell from me, I tell on you. That are the game Andrew played with the politics down there, you know. And see them extend it overseas, it's the same thing I do with Trump then. Yeah. Same type of game like when play locally, you know, play it overseas. This is why Trump can just send, you know, a warship come back in a Jamaican water. Yeah. And letting have some narrative about Cuba. Now this is a 3-decade game Trump want come, you know, revive it, you know. 1996. Yeah, America violate Cuba. Yeah. Fly over the airspace and drop leaflet. And Cuba for sure you said Jamaica never shot down the plane yet, you know. Cuba have the technology long time to shut down plane. Yeah. And them knock them because you breach the people them sovereignty. Yeah, by flying over the near space. You see what president has come and gone since. Nobody made real Castro. None. Now Trump him come now. Him want, you know, pose up himself. A 30 year we are talking about, you know. And you know why I'm pose up himself? Because I'm a lunatic in a Jamaica name and Joe. Nobody else couldn't give the privilege to come back to the water like that, you know. Against your neighbor, you know.
Exactly, Pat.
Yeah, you'd have more to defend your neighbor. Diplomatically, you'd have said certain things like how me and man, you know, would have checked them on. You know, the time with the Cuban nurse, them and doctor. Yeah, Andrew can't take on nobody but the citizens them in Jamaica who allow him to take them on and challenge them with all type of rhetoric. Go meet Jamaica, rather than 15 years and all them things that. But other than that, him can't challenge nobody. Him a lunatic, him nonsensical. Him don't, me tell you, say man a prime minister material, And him no surplus to requirement. Him is a sellout. I sell the Cuban again, Because regardless, I know everybody have their own perception, yeah, of all the sittings, yeah. But we know, say, him not really come there to come, like, say, taunt or, them thing there with the Cuban, them, yeah. And just because it get sticky pan him, yeah. Him have a Cuban long time, yeah. It's nothing to do with where in Jamaica, because him can't come in, come take nothing out of Jamaica. None Trump can come in, come use a soldier mind out to play. He can't do that. Me have the common sense to know say he can't do that. Yeah? So, cockpit country good. Yeah? Where America is concerned, America cannot invade Jamaica and go into the cockpit country. Cannot do it. What Andrew Holness and Trump is up to. Yeah? Because remember, Donald Trump embarrassed himself right around the globe, But remember when he was sworn in for his last presidency, him tell the world say all the war that he was stop the Ukraine and take him 2 weeks. Him look like shit, egg upon him face. He can't stop the war. He can't. Yeah. And as the caller earlier said, America have never won any war. Donald Trump no win none either. Yeah. But what he want to do is throw him weight around to make people feel like them are the bully right across the globe. Donald Trump weak like a piece of, but you don't even know if you call it. Tread. You know some weak tread? Weak. When you look at Donald Trump, yeah, and how him administrate himself on the world stage. Yeah, he's just a guy who like to talk. Not have no action behind it. Yeah. One thing I know, Putin them have a whole heap of information on him. As it relates to them, look a young underage girl. One in particular, everybody know about that. Him couldn't even wait till he reach a place on the airline. Him go on with him crying. On the airline. Yeah. Him go on with him stupidity. Couldn't even wait till he reach a hotel. Them have that. Israel have a whole heap of thing on him too. Yeah. Because I'm corrupt, And him is a nonsensical individual who does feel like, him larger than life. And him for just go around the globe and throw him weight and attack everybody. Now we see him attack Venezuela. Gone down in Iran. We know America army mighty, yes. But there's certain thing America can't create right now, Can't create a war, It affect the whole of them and them investment. Yeah, them have too much investment that go on all about. Yes, space exploration, them have that go on. Them have all type of AI down here so go on and all type of investment. Yeah. Both him and China are the two superpower. So them now go to no war. So when do him a bluff him weird. Yeah. For scare people. Can want certain things. Yeah. But me I make him know say there's nothing for him in the Caribbean, Nothing for him. We love America as a country. Yeah, we don't like Donald Trump as a leader for America. Coming out and talking about make America great again. Or you make America great again. By destroying other sovereignty outside of America. Or by creating your own environment to make America great again. So the whole system a fall down right in front of him and underneath him foot. This is why he won't last the journey. Because the Americans, they're not stupid enough. The high inflation will bring upon them by going into Iran, yeah, and creating a war that is very difficult to come out victorious. Yeah, because remember, you know, the Strait of Hormuz, you know, that is what is hindering Donald Trump, you know, from gaining what he set out to achieve. Yeah, that stretch of water there, very difficult to get control of. And so him come out again with egg all over his face. We know him go down in a Venezuela and him tell a bag of lie. Because now we don't have the evidence and none of them investigate with them destroy and kill over 100 people. They are carrying a substance resembling cocaine. Because them have all the technology to show we zoom in, you know, and show we the product on the boat, you know. So we know say him haunted. Yet because of the action when commit. Him and him conglomerate them like Prince Andrew, yeah, Epstein, yeah, Harvey Wine and the whole of them. And some more big boy, because you have all one doctor with it in a Jamaica there. Him involved in it, and the whole of them go around and create me, you know. That plague upon him head now. Yeah, a retribution I reached Donald Trump now, where you see my boy like madams, you know, right around the place, you know. Trying to start war here, there, and everywhere. Everybody I look on him and tell him, say, look, you can't do what you want to, you know. Because if you do that, that's trouble. You have some superpower just relax and watching, you know. Nah, say nothing to him. Lucky Russia talk to him in a farmer. Yeah. China on grumble. Yeah. And make him know what time of the day it is. Yeah. It's only one little garbage him have when he can show brown and it's Andrew because Andrew a criminal and Trump no 700,000 US we touch them system. Trump have him under lock and key with that, you know. Andrew can go to prison anytime Trump mad and take him in and him decide so well then me and done with him now, you know. Him bangle him up. Because Andrew is an international criminal at large. And the entire world know. So when you have Trump now, knowing fully well say, him have a lunatic down at Jamaica. He can't just carry the nemesis, come down in the water and scared everybody. Because I don't know where that warship come at Jamaica for him. Yeah, obviously, Jamaica now seek no farmer help from US because we at war with whoever. And we want them to come help us, so them send a vessel down there. Just come down there, it's not an educational tour, it's not a promotional tour, them just come to show them might. Yeah, with one of the newest sophisticated war vessel. Yeah, big and huge. Much helicopter and plane can depend that and take off. Have all much surveillance and watching all of the region. Yeah, because there's a diplomatic side to everything. Remember, you know, when you look on how the world of trade now, it's China now. I go up there for the #1 slot. Everybody I leave America now, you know. Because when them come in with them tariff, you know, I drive with the people where I do business with them, you know. So where you want to go now? You want to go in Cuba, yeah, and start an uprising. And then get Cuba now to overturn the regime there and form a new regime. We are going to trading with American company. Because Cuba isolated from way back in the 60s, you know. Way back, them isolated. And then just did it. And then build a background where, you know, stand up and hold them up. A self-reliance background. Them not eat rice, them eat cornmeal and peas for them rice and peas. Cornmeal and them rice. A cornmeal and peas. When we are eat rice and peas, Cuba feed pan cornmeal. Because them plant a lot of corn. Them develop one of the most highly sophisticated training method of nurses and doctors. Yeah? And them have a lot of brilliant people there, you know, who deal with other things, you know, like building and engineering and all them things there, you know. You wonder how them do it. Yeah? Half of them own. So, if we are going now, can see Cuba now as a gateway market. The other country where him don't want China, hold on from Cuba, you know. Him want, then just go and go diplomatically talk to the people, you know. Stop scaring them. You need them to be a part of your economy. Tell them straight off the bat. Because if you don't do, you know, then China will. So what Trump is doing, Trump is creating two-sided fiction. And him not have no idea, say, it's a damaging personally. If you know, say, Cuba have a swing and go to China, there must be a reason. Because remember, when you look off Cuba, you know, with a trade embargo from way in the 60s, you know. When you isolate them, you know. So you feel like now, if you come out and say, well, then boy, you put a interdiction on Royal Castro for the 1996 downing of American airline with American pilot or Cuban American pilot. That never frightened the man at 90 yard. Call me, you couldn't frighten me with that, you know. No. Me at 90 yard, how far me have left to go. That disgrace, man. Should I show some respect to the man? You understand? Because the man was the man in charge of the army at the time, you know. And your plane come fly over them airspace, you know. And encroach over them land and drop off leaflet. You forget shot down. Yeah? Because you shot down China air balloon when they come invade your space. So I have no problem with the Cuban them they do. Because what the Cuban them are show, so them have technology and sophisticated armory to take on out of the sky. And as the caller earlier said, and that was a brilliant call, Cuba is only waiting because they will fight to the bitter end. You know, so them are not Dutch pot cover night time in Cuba now. You know, you're the woman tell us them ready for fight. Woman I said that, you know, and like Jamaican them will run wide, you know, and make a bag of nice. But when the time, crunch time come, they run to hide. Them Cuban they not hide. Because remember, so the Cuban them, you know, them have lived in a life like this from in the 60s. All of the modern technology, them and all them things that everybody else enjoy and benefit from. Just look on the people in motor vehicle, man. You know, so them vehicles here. Just look on them building. Cuba need a resurgence, and I don't think the entire world should isolate Cuba. Because Cuba has done so much good. Not just for Jamaica, but for the entire world. Even a COVID, you know, what if a Cuban doctor them there in America, you know. So it shocked and surprised me to see America attack them. But you know what they want? They want the economy. That's what they want. Yeah? They want to have an economy now that incorporates Cuba. People have to look on it fundamentally. Yeah? Have to look at it because if them attack Cuba in an all-out war affair, Cuban allies like China and Russia, Korea and them place there. Yeah? The country them that aligned to communism, they will defend Cuba. Cuba is not like Venezuela, Trump. Try and know that. You mash up Nicolas Maduro. You can't do that to Castro then. Then them and their army general. Them no pedophile. Them a army general. Them no spend them time look young girl underage. Them man they spend time defending Cuba. Them have the capability and the know-how to put up a great war if America tried to attack them. Me nah ask. Them say silent river run deep. You see how Cuba just quiet? Nobody don't know where them have been. Yeah, them say them might have 300 drum. Them could have 3,000. I'm not going to tell you them true statistic. Them just make you know say something over here. Donald Trump need to pull him head in. I see this lunatic when he have Andrew Wallace, when him have as an inchman in the Caribbean where I gas up him mouth. Everything Donald Trump administration want him to do, him comply. Everything them want him to say, him come out and what him thinking mouth. Him need to know where him a go. Yeah? Because they say, our name of Cuba. Remember know, you know. Cuba is a country where a lot of Jamaican will show solidarity to, because we benefit so much from Cuba. You understand? So even film political strength we have in Jamaica, it have a weak garbage and do if you have sense. So when you send Dora, the destroyer, and bombers on the warship, I want to make it look like so well then boy, that ship come back in our waterway, you know, it have a lot to teach Jamaica and we need to go up on it to identify and realize what is, what them people are doing on warship. I ask a question from a day to myself, you know, because I see it nonsensical. I even noticed Dora, she couldn't talk, you know. No, because she don't know if it's a Pumbas and nervous. Because I want them the ship will go with him. So at the end of the day, that was a futile exercise. Yeah? It not carrying no weight. Yeah? And the fact of the matter, we don't hear from Crab, the security minister, and we don't hear from the chief in command, Andrew Wallace, as to the reason why the ship docked in our water. Who authorized the Nemesis? Where it want him to come in our place? Who authorized it? Who give it the go ahead? Because you, as a neighbor to Cuba, you know, couldn't give America the go ahead to come back for attack Cuba, you know. Remember, Cuba part of the Caribbean basin. Yeah? And Cuba, our closest neighbor, just about then 80. You understand? So there is lots of reason, yeah, for Jamaican to be concerned about this warship and the imminent threat towards Cuba based on some rhetoric coming from American official. You understand? You have one named Ted Blanche, where him come out say, US something under that general. Why them send out a piece of shit like Ted Blanche to come talk about? Eh? Why them send out a garbage? Because when come say with them, you listen, it don't make no sense. Because be a line tell. You say the Cuban them shot down on a plane over international water. You can't drop leaflet in a sea. No more over land no drop leaflet. So the line was there for all to understand and pick up. Yeah? The Cuban them are peaceful people, you know. You notice them now make no trouble, you know. Them quiet, you know. Them keep them society stable too. very low murder rate and criminality. Yeah? Because a country pride itself on principle. You understand? And at the end of the day, they deserve respect and principle as well. So the lie when Ted Blanche come out attack, we rub out that. Yeah? Because I don't know if any aeroplane fly over sea and drop leaflet. You must drop it over land. And that's where, you know, I know say everything what them say is a plan. It's a premeditated way of come now and upstir the Cuban them. Yeah, and then ask them now, you know, move away from this corrupted regime. I want to isolate the people them. The Cuban them can't do nothing else, you know. So even them young people born in a Cuba, them have to understand, say, look, this is not the choice of the government, you know. It's the choice of the outside world led by the CIA, United States, the trade embargo, everything. So them block off all the oil from Venezuela there. Yeah. Right now the plane now live about a Cuba again, you know. No. Because them not no air fuel. Them not no aviation fuel. Them don't have it. Because America want to squeeze them in our way where them can't stick and them can't twist. Until America say yes, free up. Too much dictatorship style, man. That's why I see the guy Andrew Wallace I use the same method in a Jamaica. Because I'm a follow Trump and Benjamin Netanyahu, you know. With the dictator thing. Because Trump is a dictator, you know. Right around the place my God dictate. We are watching. But you know, him there on him last swan song. Yeah, if the presidency reign soon come to an end, can come to end in this era too. But more than likely, we don't have much longer at this piece of shit here when you're Donald Trump. So I want to know where Andrew Wallace is going to do. Because remember, you know, we have two ways to sink Andrew, you know. One in a Privy Council and one when Trump left the space now. Because you see, anytime Trump left the space, you see what the Democrat them are going to do with Andrew. Unbelievable, my people. Them are watching me now. Them are watch the guy Andrew Holness, him high level criminality and him close association with Trump and how him carry out all of Donald Trump dirty words. Yeah. Them are watch him. So if him feel like Trump when be him saved forever, him have a next guest coming. When the Democrat them come for the scene, Andrew, you better find the rock on the deep blue sea if you go catch up your little nasty criminal self. You hear that? Cause your ears stop, you know. You know, from when we are talking to you and tell yourself to stop your little anti-panky game them where you play. Behave yourself, run the country good, utilize the country resource in a proper way. Yeah, look at all them donation there. Every time I remember them donation they want to get on a slump and remember the pilot and him daughter, you know. We lost them life trying to help Jamaica. But yet still the criminal have all good down there rotten. Instead of getting people in.
Alright, Pat, we have 4 more clips to go and we want to come at 4 o'clock. So let's take a minute to wrap up.
Well, me have to wrap it up now, you know. Me have to wrap it up now. But one thing I tell Andrew. You see, if you can't desist from being around Donald Trump, just call it, say, you know you have to do a time for the crime. Just let go Trump, because Trump will carry you down. I yield back the floor to you, my brother.
All right, blessing for that, melting pot. All right, let us get and lift the momentum a little bit here. Right now, we understand as it relates to what is taking place in Jamaica pertaining to extrajudicial killings and influence that coming from the Prime Minister himself and worse, right, as it relates to the Justice Minister, who reinforced a sort of political narrative, right, giving police and emboldening police, right, to shoot fleeing suspect, right? So this is extremely serious. But let us get on as it relates to what transpired. And, you know, this goes to say that separation of powers important. The separation of powers is important. And we have the politics, right, now influencing the Jamaica Constabulary Force and also influencing FLA. Separation of power is important. Andrew Holness needs to know that. Now, let us hear what Nationwide has to say, right? Let us hear what Nationwide has to say. And this is something that we welcome, right? Let me just click on this. Now, when we say that, and this is a warning to all policemen, you know, who believe that they are emboldened as a result of Andrew Holness. They believe that Andrew Holness will defend them. And they believe, right, that the Jamaica Labour Party administration will back them as it relates to extrajudicial killing. Use this particular case as example and the pressure that apply to Andrew Holness and where Andrew Holness is now start to shift the political narrative and show the entire Jamaica Constabulary Force beneath a moving train. This is supposed to tell you the type of person Andrew Holness is. Listen this and take warning.
Prosecutions, the DPP, has ruled that a Jamaica Constabulary Force member involved in the fatal shooting of Latoya Bulgin on Sunday, May 17, 2026 in Granville, St. James, be charged for the offense of murder. Let me repeat. The office of the DPP has ruled that the JCF member involved in the fatal shooting of Latoya Bulgin on Sunday, May 17 in Granville, St. James, be charged for the offense of murder. He was arrested and placed before the St. James Parish Court today, moments ago, Wednesday, June 3, 2026. More details will follow. So this is a significant development in that matter, which, as I said, ignited and sparked so much national debate, outrage, and anger, and, of course, defense of the policeman. Well, based on what has been presented to the office of the DPP, that office has ruled, the DPP has ruled, that the JCF member who fired the bullet or bullets that killed Latoya Bulgin be charged for the offense of murder.
All right, let us stop that, right? And we are going to move this. But for me personally, I have a problem with this. And why I have a problem? Because we only have one person charged. The policeman, you understand, as a matter of fact, the criminal, because he didn't act as a police who goes out there to fulfill his purpose, right? To preserve life, to protect and secure. He didn't go there for that. So I'm not going to call him no policeman. The criminal that charged for murder. I am speaking now to the lead investigator who had investigated that case. I'm speaking to you, sir, that you need to go back and look both on the videos and on the crime scene and tell me what did you see. You did not only see a murder committed. You have seen the contamination of a crime scene. You have seen the mishandling of a corpse and the way how they treated it. Sir, go back and come with more charges. Other police officers need to be charged as well. They have tampered with the crime scene. You have seen that. Immediately they try to destroy evidence. What happened to? They make the determination. They are not doctors, and they are determined that the person died. Move the corpse and the way how they treated the corpse. We had done our research and we established that if you handle the corpse in a particular way, right, and I would use the word despicable, then you are to be charged. So then I don't understand that, okay, you only chose to charge one person, make it look like you're doing something. Let me just take this call. Yes, caller, you're in Mystic Sensation?
Yes, Mystic.
Bless up yourself, my brother.
Yes. I get a big boy from London, England, man.
Aye, talk to us.
You know, raw and straightforward as usual.
Blessings.
Now, you're no Byron. Jamaica don't have a principled, solid foreign policy. You understand?
Yes.
And Andrew is using and crafting a foreign policy that is geared towards protecting him and his family and those members of parliament that is definitely under scrutiny by the United States.
Yes.
So, if you look at the war in Iran, let's look at it. Iran is not fighting the United States directly.
True.
What Iran is doing is to attack United States allies in terms of where they have their bases. And it is proven to be effective.
Because Iran is fighting an economical war.
That's one, number one economic war, but it's rather than attacking US, it's also concentrating on its allies like the UAE and Saudi Arabia.
You are correct. Yes, you are very correct.
Why I point that out? Why I point out that warship in Jamaica. My question, why did you as you pointed out earlier, it only also went to Trinidad? What happened to the other Caribbean islands? Why it did not go there? There is such thing as what is referred to as collateral damage.
Exactly.
The next thing is that we're going to take over, US is going to take over Vernon Field. That is where all these intelligence gathering and the attack on Cuba is going to come from. We 90 miles from Jamaica. Jamaica is only 90 miles from Cuba. As I mentioned, Jamaicans, be prepared. Be prepared because this is not looking good. You think Russia and China is going to stay back and make them just take Cuba, like how they take Venezuela. Cuba and Venezuelan people are two different types of people, right? So history shows us from the days of Norman Manley when they attempted to form a federation. Bustamante, right? With all due respect, right? Fought against it. We came back again. That was the Jamaican party leader. We came back again and we saw Edward Seaga used by Ronald Reagan to invade Grenada or to protect himself also, betrayed the Jamaican people. Now we come back again and here we are in modern Jamaica. And Andrew Holness is recognized and is referred to as the Judas of CARICOM and the Caribbean.
Exactly.
That's all he's doing.
Exactly.
He's trying to protect. There's no solid foreign policy from Jamaica. And Jamaican people, no time to wake up now, man. Right? No wake up now. No reason to listen to people like Mystic Sensation. No listen and learn, no man. No reason no one is Michael man educating themselves. They can't fool, you know. We are getting involved in a big fight. We're too small to get ourselves involved in these things. We can take a position and say we want peace in the Caribbean, but we are not saying it. We are like political prostitutes. That's what we are. We are being used and being dumped. Where we gonna get involved in this? Why did we get involved in this? Why you take it a couple of years before they come to reach and tell me, and then these guys are coming to a place? What the Minister of Education doing in international affairs? The Minister of Education. How that come? Minister of Transport. Does it get involved?
Yes, make it make sense.
International affairs.
Make it make sense. Good question, Carl.
Yeah, just keep me and teacher, man.
All right.
Yeah, let yourself, answer.
Bless up yourself.
And real. And straight.
All right. Blessings. Blessings, my brother. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Yes, man. Love the energy of our callers. All right. So let us flash because we have 12 minutes to wrap up this. So we put out that clip as it relates to, but we want to show the culpability of Andrew Holness and the Justice Minister Delroy Chuck, that, you know, to come out now and to utilize a narrative as if you're totally innocent, Andrew Holness. You're not. And let us show, right, your support of the police, right, dealing with extrajudicial killing. Let us remind you, Andrew Holness, of this, because it seems like you don't remember this, right? So let Mystic Sensation remind you that you even go against JFJ, Jamaica for Justice, when Jamaica for Justice, you understand, was speaking out against, right, brutality, police brutality and extrajudicial killing. You go out and you attack the JFJ. Let us show you, Andrew Holness. So when you're saying, let us show you, let us remind you, Andrew Holness. Remember, Mystic Sensation is around here. So let me remind you. Here it is, Andrew Holness. Here's the evidence. Not telling any lie on you. Right? Holness wears blue. Pledges support for police amid JFJ protest. You didn't do this, Andrew Holness? Remember when you start to pull the narrative of lies. Right? Hold on. Let me hold on. The page just sink off. How are we really going here, so? How are we really going here, so? You know what? People, hold on there. Okay, let me reload it back. All right. Okay. Now, here it is. Right? Holness wears blue, pledges support for police amid protest. Come on, go down to the detail now, Andrew. You believe we forget this? We are out here, right, to remind you, right, and to keep you in line, because we know that you're lying. And don't try to spin it now as if to say that you did not support the police when they are dealing with police brutality and extrajudicial killing. You clearly support it. You wear blue. There it is. You wear blue in support. Kingston, Jamaica Prime Minister Andrew Holness wore blue to support police on Tuesday as the Jamaican Conservative Force staged its counter-protest against advocacy groups Jamaican for Justice, which wore black to bring attention to increase police killings locally. This is what you have done, hypocrite. who always pointed out that gangs were the main perpetrators of murders and cited the recent killing of a 14-year-old student as one reason why he was supporting the police. You never speak to the many clips that we show. You did not speak to a particular clip, even when we alone some show that clip multiple times, where the police went in St. Catherine, take out a young boy out of his house and carry him over a zinc, around the zinc, and lay their hands upon his shoulder and ask him to kneel. And as he knelt, the police number treated him. You did not speak about that. That was what JFJ was speaking against. But you came out. You came out because that is what you're supporting. You're a wicked and vicious Dracula. Right? So I want to show you what you support. Right? So far now, the international body who is pressuring you, we are showing them the evidence that you support it. You go against JFJ. Talking about 14-year-old. Yeah, we send condolences to the 14-year-old. But what happened to the 14-year-old was wrong. We weren't defending that. We are not here defending criminals. The killing of the 14-year-old is obviously wrong, and those killers who are responsible need to be charged and prosecuted accordingly as it relates to law. But you are not speaking to the many as it relates to extrajudicial killing that you know. You deflect. You redirect. You did not speak to any of those. You only interest because you want to sow the political narrative and have the police killing innocent people speaking about the 14-year-old girl. And this again is an abuse that you have done. You're a wicked person. Extremely wicked. Right? So we know you. We know you. Now let me show you again. Right? As it relates to other wickedness that your administration have done. Look at this to show you the level of evil that your administration agreed with. Look at this. Let me remind you. Look at this. Look at this. Dead already. Because when you see me, look when him is saying dead already. The only thing one need now is that him just need to know, just put in our box and a sermon and go on. You understand how all dead this? Look for him. Law allows deadly force against fleeing suspect. Can you imagine? He did not speak as it relates to the mentioning of that particular law as it relates to where the law speaking about fleeing suspect. It did not go through the detail to say that, okay, yes, a fleeing suspect, right? If that person put anybody's life in danger. You did not speak in that according. You speak giving encouragement for police to shoot people who are fleeing. That is not what the law is saying. The law speaks in detail of that. So again, you're wrong. And here it is. This is what you are saying. Coral Spring Trelawney acknowledging that his remarks may draw criticism. And of course, Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs, Delroy Chuck, urged Jamaicans to cooperate with the police, warning that law enforcement officers are legally authorized to use reasonable force, including lethal force, even against a fleeing suspect, if it is the only available means of stopping them. No, Delroy Chuck, the law did not say that. You're wrong. You have to speak in clarity of what the law says. And you did not speak in clarity. You leave that hanging out there. So let now me show so that police who hear that Don't believe that you are emboldening them. Let me know. Correct that. Because I have to correct your disease. So let me correct your disease and show you exactly what the law stated about fleeing felon that you did not mention. Let me show you what the law speak about. Right? It is not that you're ignorant. You know what you're doing. It is the diplomacy, the reverse psychology that you're using. You're a vicious person. You know what you're doing. You're a brilliant man. But you just want to trick and deceive people. So let me show them. Now, let us go to this. The Indicom Quarterly. And let me bring it up so that everyone can see that. And go now to the section that you are making reference to. So here it is. A police, if he's in danger of serious bodily harm, may use such force as a reasonable grounds he believes is necessary to prevent and resist the attack. You did not speak in that in that light. The righteous. You try to use reverse psychology and try to be tricky and deceitful. You're a dangerous man. And if in using such force, let me put it out now to the police, he kills his assailants, he is not guilty of any crime, even if the killing was intentional, providing that it was reasonable grounds. That is what they need to speak about. Reasonable grounds necessary to prevent and resist the attack. When they are under attack, and in deciding in a particular case whether it was reasonably necessary to have used such force as in fact was used, regard must be added to all the circumstances thereafter of the case, including the possibility of retreating without danger or yielding anything that is entitled to protect. The issue of use of force to apprehend a fleeing felon and the legal principles surrounding same were dealt with in Indicom's report. Now, watch this now. And we are going to establish it for you now, Del Racho. Teach you around here. For this common law justification to be applicable, let us show you now the reason for it to be applicable in terms of what you are saying. So when you speak loosely out of your mouth, you need to be mindful. And that is one of the reasons why Isaac Buchanan corrected you. Because when you set it out there like that, you're emboldening police that, okay, if someone is running away from them, they can use lethal force. That is the narrative you left out there, and that is not so. So let us remind you now, for this common law justification to be applicable, here it is now guiding you now, Del Racho. For this common law justification to be applicable, a jury would have to consider whether, now come on now, Del Racho, listen, the concerned officers reasonably suspected that occupants of the car had committed a felony. So they are putting a case, a work case to you know. The occupants were fleeing lawful apprehension. 1. There was no other reasonable option to apprehend the suspect. Now put the case of Granville. The use of force in the manner that they did use it was in the circumstances proportionate. What proportionate mean? The right. Reasonable. Proportionate. In 1879, the report of the Criminal Code Bill Commission stated, we take one great principle of common law to be that, though it sanctions the defense of a man's personal liberty and property against illegal violence and permit the use of force to prevent crimes, to preserve public peace and to bring offenders to justice. Yet, all this is subject to the restriction. Listen, Del Racho, listen. You need to listen. Yet, all this is subject to the restriction that the force used is what? Del Racho, is necessary. All right? And that the mischief done by or which might reasonably be anticipated from the force used is not disproportioned. Like in the case as it relates to Buju, to the injury or mischief which it is intended to prevent. Come on, Del Right, Chuck. How long have you been doing law? Nevertheless, some issues are particularly present when treating with cases of firing at a vehicle. Firing at a vehicle endangers all occupants, including those who have no say in its maneuvering. There may well be other options to fire at the vehicle. Now, let us give you a perfect example here. So now, let me break it down for you now so you can understand. So the baby can understand. Firing at a moving vehicle now. Vehicle may not prevent the threat of flight. Firing at a vehicle may, even where the officer is acting in self-defense or to apprehend a fleeing felon, be excessive. Now, here's a particular case that they pointed out to you now. They are going to point it out a case and show you why this man was convicted. Now, listen now. In Clegg, 1995, AC 482, a soldier fired at a vehicle as it sped at its checkpoint and thereafter. An occupant of the vehicle was killed by a shot that was fired after the vehicle had passed the checkpoint. Listen now, Mr. Duns, the writer. The court found the use of force excessive. Why did the court found the use of force excessive, even although the vehicle was fleeing away from the police? Because the force used has to be measurable and to be proportionate. You can't just tell a police, say, okay, if someone is fleeing from the police, a fleeing felon, that the law gives them right to shoot that person, to kill that person. No, you are wrong. You are dead wrong. Here it is. The court found this use of force excessive, and the soldier was convicted for murder. The case is the leading authority for the propositions that 1. The use of excessive force in purported self-defense to prevent crime or to effect a lawful arrest negates any lawfulness in the use of that force. In those circumstances, culpability is for the full offense, and it makes no difference whether the person using the excessive force is a soldier or police officer acting in the course of the duty. The learned authorities of Blackstone criminal practice helpfully list the factors to be taken into account in determining whether force employed to effect an arrest was excessive. A. The nature and degree of the force used. The gravity of the offense for which the arrest was to be made. The personal harm from the use of force and other options to the use of force employed. So they're right, Chuck. You're ultimately wrong when you came out. Right? And spoke that loosely. And we want all police to learn from this. All police officers to learn from this. That neither Delroy Chuck or Andrew Wallace can protect you when you go into the court. And since we are gone 4 minutes over the time, let me just have Melting Pot close us out. Now, brother Melting Pot, here you go, 4 minutes over the time, close us out. Sorry.
Yes, my people. As you know, we come to the end of the program. Yeah, and we'll be, in the next 2 hour time, be on the Titan. But I just want to say something in regards to the whole development surrounding the state killing, and in particular, the swift action that was utilized to charge this criminal police to the murder of Buju. But we have seen several more instances where the police brutally execute visitors to them, and it not get no coverage, it not get no mention, it not get no swift action. Yeah? And me personally, I said, at the same thing me I look on Ramario Sterling, Jamar Farkison, Franklin in a St. Thomas, where them killing him house when them are going to work the morning. God, the unsound mind, man down a mandible. A youth named Andre, where them handcuff him in front. Yeah? Where them say, him a pose up with gun when I lie, a AI thing or some foolish them. But them kill a lot of people senseless. Yeah? It's only one reason why budgeting highlighted, you know. And it's only one reason why this individual police is behind bar in such a speak. Because want to arrest them. Want to the police and soldier them. We got plum lane in a Livingston, in a St. Catherine. Go murder Ramario Sterling. Take him out and bed. And say a shootout when a one shot, an execution that. So we have problem with the thing and tell right up to go one side. And all you know to go sit down and park, you know. Yeah, we don't need them that piece of shit house there as justice minister. Yeah. A mafia thing them around. If you go one side, go park, the whole piece of garbage truck that. Same thing like Crab and Andrew, all of them for just leave. Because them people are just destroy Jamaica, you know. Jamaica should have a more, you know, productive country with a quality life. Yeah, with the society, you know, interact and blend together and have love and unity amongst the people. And them JLP a mash up Jamaica, here from Seaga time. Introduce gun to a peaceful island, yeah? And criminality through parliament. Edward Seaga do that. I yield back the floor. People remember later the Titans, you know.
All right, remember people, later with Titans, right? So we come to the end of our show. And I want to say big thanks to all the people who participate, right? And all the people in the chat, and all the people who tune in and continue to support Mystic Sensation. Right, I want to say big thanks to Melting Pot, right, to always give his strength and willingly, right, give his strength. Melting Pot, big up and bless up yourself. All right.
Hello,
all right, so later will be greater. All right, people, we are out. Bless up yourself. Walk good. All right.
Bless it.
Bless it.
I know why you come to me with that foolishness, you know. You elect a prime minister, and he's a prime minister around the country. It is time we learn to hold our leaders accountable for their actions and stop making excuses for them. Stop making excuses. Otherwise, go elect the people who really run in the country. And I don't want to right there that stupid argument. Hold the people you elect accountable and stop making excuses for them.